country though. We out of our comfort zone tonight though.
I'm not.
I'm out of my comfort zone. Come on now. That's how we do it here. I know it's church. We're gonna have country church tonight. Country soul tonight.
Somebody knows.
Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting evening on We Love Red Grooves, coming to you live from the Tiny Room Studios here in Los Angeles, California. I'm your host, C. Mose, doing it every Tuesday night where we bring you the magic of the music and the music of the magic, only here on We Love Red Grooves. That's right, we are a nominated, award-winning show, only here on We Love Rare Grooves. That's how we do it here. What was that? Best podcast. You know, Discover Podcast Magazine said we were one of the best music podcast shows in all land. And tonight, we're going to show you why, because we are stretching outside of our comfort zone.
Absolutely.
You know, but we got a great, fabulous guest. We got a live guest in studio with new music that is number one. Because I don't know how you get new music released here in the States anymore, but I know how you get it released over in the UK and other parts, and they're number one over there.
Number what?
Number one. Number one, when we talk about the guy.
Number one, the loneliest number.
Right. We got a song that's been, and the one gentleman got a song that's been charting number one since like 1985.
Ooh.
In the Philippines. Is that unbelievable? That's why they call us We Love Rare Grooves here. But I can't do this show without my great cast and crew. As we do every Tuesday night, I start off with the world famous DJ Rez, the videologist. My good man, welcome.
What up? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you, man. You coming out like tonight. It's like country soul gospel tonight, man. And you just rolling right here.
Rolling with the punches.
You know, this just make the spirit here tonight. The choir gonna sing. My girl gonna sing tonight because we had the beautiful and talented co-host, Miss Shantini Irene.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yabba dabba do.
How's the family?
Hey.
Keeping you in prayer and all. How's everyone
Everyone's
doing?
good.
Mama
Mom's
Gwen good?
Mom's home. Yep,
She-
she's good.
She watching the show tonight because you know
I hope so.
we going back down in Alabama. She
Muscle
got some-
Shoals.
yes, indeed. And then we got the consultant, Robert A.
Robert.
Robert. You got to know your soul, baby.
I'm excited today because our guest, we've been on about 9 years now.
Get
And
out
I
of here.
guarantee, I guarantee you that nobody knows.
Nobody.
No, except our guest, where Geiger, Alabama is, and we're gonna talk about that in Sumter County, Alabama.
Sumter County.
It used to be 900 people. Now it's down to about 4.
Wow.
But I know our guest knows where Geiger, Alabama. Nobody else probably in our stratosphere even knows where it is.
That's where you got your chops at for your basketball game with
No.
MLK?
That's where my mom and daddy was born.
That's what I mean. And you were playing basketball down there barefoot
Were they really?
in a peach basket.
Yeah, my mom and daddy were, but I wasn't. I was born in Ohio.
O-H-I-O.
There you go.
There we go. We got it.
Illyria.
Yep.
And we want to thank our sponsors. That's right, Bell Navis Wine and Spirits. That's right. This is from the Bell Navis cellars of rich, full-bodied, beautiful, dark red hue on the, and gives you that aroma with the red fruits. You looking at me like, here I go. I get a,
I'm like, you
it's like an
okay over there?
aphrodisiac. But go to bellnavisspirits.com and get your bottle today. We got the QR code that they'll show on there. And I got our audience's tasting, so we're going to have someone from the audience come up here and tell us how they like the wine later on in the show. So don't get too tipsy, as we do here
smiling
on
now. They
They smiling
smiling.
now.
They smiling now.
And we have we got some water for myself.
And me too.
Right, we got some water for
I don't
myself.
I don't want no water.
So let's kick the show off, gang. What you say with award-winning singer, songwriter, host of his own radio show, man, talking back with Jacky Jack, the Review Records. That's right. He is coming to us live from Alabama. You wouldn't know that he has been a songwriter that had hits after hits. Beginning in 1985, he has recorded songs with some of the best when we talking about Charlie Pride, Ray Stevens, Buddy Jewell, Steve Warner, Neil McCoy, NXS, Mark Laurie, and a lot more. And he's got a pen song that we were talking about earlier that's been on the charts for probably over 30 years. And we had one of our guests that did a cover for it. And that's how we got introduced. He was listening to it and said, man, y'all got my song out there. I would love to come on your show. It's called Exchange Hearts. It was penned with him and David Slater. He has been an ASCII award winning, if you didn't love you, NSA award winner, #1 Southern gospel song. He got a #1 hit out right now on the gospel charts record, Stand With This Country with Carl Ray was #6. He got numerous hits out there, and we're just fortunate, and we want to welcome the one and only Jacky Jack White to the Groove Studios. Jacky Jack, my main man, what's going on? Jacky Jack. Been waiting for this, baby.
Yeah, treat me as you would any other great man.
Now, as we do here on We Love Red Grooves, we just gonna go through how it all got started from you, all the way up to some of your latest hits, and just share the music and the memories that you have, and sharing all your great songwriting. And my co-host here, she gonna start it off,
Did
Okay.
you come out of the womb singing?
performing, writing, everything to do
When
with
I-
music.
I showed up, everybody else was singing around me. You know,
Okay.
we had your typical country family out in Middle Tennessee that they sang and they all played instruments, and so I was just born into it.
Okay. And so who were some of your earliest influences growing up as a kid in Tennessee?
Elvis, it's a big disparate thing. Like it was like Roy Orbison, the Everly Brothers.
Yeah. We
Then
got
I-
the little
I-
Susie.
Loved Sam Cooke. I loved the old gospel quartets like the Chuck Wagon Gang, Statesman, and just all kinds of different people that just knocked me out as a kid. I've never been a snob about music, and I've never limited myself to one genre as a listener or as a writer. I like it. I like it all if it's done well. Kind of like old Muddy Waters said, there's just only two kinds, good and a bad.
Yes, it is. Yes, I agree with
So I hear that blues too. So we talking about blues, gospel,
Country.
soul, country. Just wrapped up in like a gumbo for you.
That's right. I recorded with the Carter sisters, and of course, it all started with Jimmy and the Carter family. And the good gentleman was mentioning Geiger, Alabama. That's Jimmy Rogers spent an awful lot of time. That's where his daddy lived, as he worked on the railroad. And of course, I just kicked off the Jimmy Rogers Festival last week. We had 8 days of music, and so Jimmy Rogers is a big deal to me. And like I say, he spent an awful lot of time in Geiger, where you could get some really awesome barbecue.
Geiger, Alabama.
So well, I was going to wait a little bit before, but tell me about how you got to Sumter County, Alabama. And not only did you get there, you've been there for a minute. And as I mentioned before, my mom and dad both were born in Geiger.
Wow. Well, the thing about it is I had a big hit off of Steve Wariner called "If I Didn't Love You." It was, I think, number 5 on Radio and Records, number 7 on Billboard at the time, and did really good in the UK as well, and other countries. And so I came down here to Livingston to help out at the Livingston Church of Christ because they were in need of a minister. Well, I just came down here to fill in. And
20
they
years
said,
later.
"We'd like you to stay down here." And they said, "We'd like for you to stay down here and speak and be our regular minister." And I said, "Well, it's mighty nice. I like all you people a great deal. But, I'm thinking about going on back to Nashville. Of course, that's where I'm from. And so around those parts. And so anyway, I got in my car and I was going back. And I haven't done many noble things in this lifetime. But I thought to myself, well, here I've got this huge hit. I got another song's number 1 on Charlie Pride in the UK. And I said, I might as well go back there and help those folks out for a year. That's how noble I am. I'm only noble for about 12 months. And I've been 30 years.
Yeah.
Now, did you formally train musically? I know you talked about your influence with your family and the people you grew up around, but did you study music in school? Did you study theory? Or are you just a natural?
I studied baseball and girls.
I like those.
And it's just amazing because my family, they did have a great grasp of formal music education, but they had received it in just the way country folks do. They had singing schools that would come down every summer, but they really could read music, north, south, east, and west. And I just played it and sang it, and then, of course, later wrote it. And I was around. See, I've written with some of the greatest musicians in the world, like the late Randy Scruggs and Brent Mason, and just great songwriters like Wood Newton and Karen Staley, and on. And I knew Roger Miller, a lot of great artists. And I just picked up what I could. In fact, I have a 17-year-old boy who is a wonder kind. He plays about 10 different instruments. And somebody asked me to speak about songwriting at a college the other day. And as I was leaving, that 17-year-old boy of mine, who is a beautiful kid, but he's a smart aleck, he says, "I sure hope they don't ask you anything about theory today." My theory is write a good song and write it as honest as you can, and then get out of the way.
So what instrument did you have to pick up growing up, in high school, or that?
After girls.
Several guitars laying around the place, and I didn't realize it, but I mentioned my son. We both become guitar holics. We love guitars. And Hartley Peavy, who's down here in Meridian, Mississippi, he manufactures a lot of great amplifiers, and guitars and things. And we play a lot of Peavies and play a lot of different other ones too. But we just love playing guitar and I practice. I've always, when I got really interested, I was about 12 years old, I guess. And but here's the connection with us tonight is when I was 12, there was an antique dealer that was a friend of my family, and she gave me 3 cardboard boxes full of these 78 RPM, what they call race records.
Yeah.
And they Apple Red in there, and Big Bill Brunsey and Lightning Hopkins, and I'm thinking they even had a Robert Johnson in there, but I'm not sure. I know they had John Lee Hooker in there going boom, 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 and a lot of stuff like that. And man, it just made such an impact on me. If we had the technical things tonight, I would show you how I bend the strings. I've always bent the strings when I play the guitar, and it all came from that initial 3 cardboard boxes. And I listened to every kind of music. My grandmother used to like to listen to Grand Ole Opry's on Friday and Saturday night. Some of the rest of the folks did too, so I'd listen to that and enjoyed it. But I always loved rock and roll, and a lot of people won't admit this. My age, they'll always say it's the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, which I enjoyed the Stones a great deal. I liked all. In fact, one of the reasons I had such a great love and affection for rhythm and blues is because when the Stones and the Animals and those people from England came over here, they were just regurgitating that old blues music,
Right.
the best they knew. And so that's where I really fell in love with. But also, a lot of people won't admit this, but when the Monkees came out and I heard I'm Not Your Stepping Stone and I'm a Believer and songs like that, they made me real happy. I was just a little adolescent, and I grabbed that guitar and said, I've got to see if I can't replicate that music.
Now, when did you forsake baseball and decide to do music full time?
And girls.
Well, I'm sure he never forsook girls. He probably just the baseball part.
Well, I held on to both those interests. I just then, as I got older and slower, I became a golfer, but I'm just in horses. I love horses. In fact, a friend of mine from Columbia, Pat Sparkman, he brought down the most beautiful blue roan I have ever seen in my born days. And so I've always had a lot of different interests, but I still keep coming back to music. I've been fortunate with it, but I told somebody just today, I said, even if music just became an expensive hobby, it would still be something that I would do. I enjoy it so much. It brings me a lot of joy. And when you write a song that's meaningful for other people, that's your payback right there.
But we're going to go into some of your selections and some of the hit songs you had and just start that journey that you had and going all the way back to your first song.
I say play some snippets because I like talking to you.
Okay. We got some snippets for you, brought to you by Belnavis Wine and Spirits here. We're at the Tiny Room Studio, so please join us on our YouTube channel, Facebook, also our Roku channel where you can find We Love Rare Grooves and all of the playback. Please subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram today, because we're going to have some tickets giveaway because my man is in the house tonight. Jimmy G, Satin Touch Production, got an event coming up that we're going to give some tickets away, Jimmy G. All right, I hear you, baby. We can get some tickets away.
I don't want his tickets.
You don't want his tickets? You want to say he got a show coming up?
Oh my God.
Look, he got a show coming up, Jacky Jack with Cowboy Soul. That can't be nothing but country.
There you go.
Cowboy
That's
Soul.
good.
So as we do here on We Love Rare Grooves, Corey, y'all ready? DJ Reg, Max Julian, take me away for our first musical segment. This is going to take you back, man. We're going to come back and talk about, man, one of your first songs is still a hit record to this day. So we're going to do a little bit of Exchange Hearts, and we're going to play the version by one of our guests that's been here that did a remake of it, and she's charting well with it. Only here on We Love Rare Grooves. Want to thank our studio audience as we go on DJ Reg. Let's do this, baby. A little bit of Exchange of Hearts.
one-sided love broke the seesaw down, and I took it rough when I hit the ground. Then you went your way and I went half wild. Well, girl, you'd understand if your heart was mine. If we had an exchange of hearts, then you'd know why I fell apart. You'd feel the pain when the memories start. If we had an exchange of hearts.
I took it rough when I hit the ground. You went your way and I went half wild. Boy, you'd understand if your heart was mine. If we had an exchange of hearts, and you know I fell apart. You'd feel the pain when the memories start. If we had an exchange of hearts. I never wish a lonely heart on you. It's not your fault I chose to play the fool. One day may come when you'll be in my shoes. Then your heart will break and you'll feel just like I do. If we had an exchange of hearts, then you know I
I see you walk with him. I see you talk to him. It turns me on. It turns me on. And start my eyes to crying. Oh, I can't stop crying. I see you kiss your lips, squeeze your fingertips. It turns me on. It turns me on. I feel like I'm dying. Oh, I must be dying. It's a go-go world I'm living in. I turn my back and there you are with my best friend. Oh, sometimes we pass on the street, darling, and you look at me and to say I'm sorry, my sweet. Maybe just saying I'm sorry would be enough. But then you look back at him with your loving smile, and that makes me feel kind of rough. Oh, darling, it does me up. I see you smile, you're never tired. The Montana night is still. There's a coyote on the hill, howling at the diamond sky, but no one hears. There are no answers in the stars,
only questions in my heart. So I count mountains on the moon through my lonely tears, counting mountains on the moon. Sleep, it never comes too soon. I'd climb the highest one for you, counting mountains, mountains on the moon. Sometimes I could be wild as a gypsy, doing just what I please. My back to the past and my thumb in the breeze. I might be free, but where would I be if I didn't love you? If I didn't love you, I could roll down a river and never come back. Ride on a rail till I run out of track. It wouldn't matter, that's a matter of fact. If I didn't love you, if I didn't love you, if I didn't love you, I'd never have found these sweet ties that bind without weighing me down. If I didn't love you, I'd have nothing to give. I'd spend a lifetime and never have lived. If I didn't love you, if I didn't love you. I could sail the high sea with my stern to the wind, my mind full of memories of the places I've been. But I'd still be waiting for my ship to come in if I didn't love you, if I didn't love you, if I
Time is something that you can't get back. But in times like these, who's looking back when there's a future ahead? Preparation affords opportunity. And when it knocks, acknowledge it. Then master the art. of taking advantage of what most refer to as an abundant harvest. When you can't get to the vineyard, bring the vineyard home to you. Bell Navis.
Y'all got coffee?
Welcome back to We Love Rare Grooves. That's right. We just came out. BellNavisSpirits.com, the QR code to get your bottle today. BellNavisSpirits.com. It's the wine for, huh?
Do it right. Get a case.
Get a case?
Yeah, I said if you're going to have a party, you need to have a case
true.
of wine.
That's
So
true.
everybody won't have to have a corner.
Right, like we do here.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, they got 93 points. Exceptional.
Now, what
93
made you
points.
pick this? I'm just curious to know. This is T.L. Barrett and YFC. What made you pick this? What you know about this?
I know about it because I go to church.
What church they let you up in?
True Vine. I see it at True Vine.
True Vine. Yeah, sure.
No, you know where I got it from. I was watching the
audience
show.
wants to know.
They want to know who in there watched the show Snowfall. Here, Snowfall. So one of the episodes they had somebody in the background pulling somebody away, and then this song comes on up. I was like, this is a bad song, but this is nobody knows who's doing the dirt tonight, huh? Or they're no longer. I mean, Franklin and Mama. I met Mama the other day, Mama Sissy, from the show. Yeah. So anyway.
And so this is your jam now.
Well, I thought it would be nice.
Yeah.
Right, that's my jam.
Let everybody
right.
know nobody
Everybody knows. Right.
Nobody knows.
Everybody knows now.
Yeah, absolutely. And
What you know about T.L. Barrett?
I actually grew up in the church all my life. I know you visit from time to time.
Are you implying that Clifton's a heathen? Is that what you're saying?
Welcome back to We Love Rare Grooves, coming to you from the Tiny
steps
Room
in the corner, man.
Studios of Los Angeles, California. We got our guest in the house, Mr. Jacky, Jack White, all the way from Alabama.
Sumter County.
Sumter County, Alabama. Man, as we said. Yes, sir?
I heard
What's up?
that John Tanae had a Muscle Shoals connection. Is that correct?
Yes, my mother recorded all three of my mother, Gwen Owens, recorded all three of her records at Wish Tree. Was the name of the recording company in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And that's all she ever talked about growing up. In the 70s, she recorded. And so it's a huge, a lot of people don't know, but Muscle Shoals, Alabama is a huge recording, a lot of history there, and a lot of great artists recorded records down there.
And
Yeah, my cousin's a little older than myself, Tommy Brown. I always like to bring up the fact that he's a little older than me. But he was a great athlete, and he grew up playing sports with a lot of the real Hall of Fame musicians that later went on to fame, recording studio and Wishbone and some of the rest of them. And so about 6 years ago, I guess it was, I just thought, since I knew several of those and knew them well and loved them, and Norbert Putnam and Spooner Oldham and Jimmy Johnson and David Hood and
Spooner.
some others.
Spooner.
Spooner's the great. Yeah, Spooner's the greatest. And so we went up there, and Jimmy was sick,
Jimmy T.
but we had David Hood and Spooner play on the session that we recorded up there. And George Soule of Muscle Shoals, I wrote one of the songs with him. And so we just had a Muscle Shoals weekend up there, playing music, recording, eating all that incredible greasy food, drinking tea. It was nothing like it. And my children went with me, and they already knew Spooner real well, and he's like family, and we just had just a fantastic time. But I grew up listening to that music. I'll tell you really quickly, I was playing some Rolling Stones music sitting in Sheffield, which is right next to Muscle. And so my cousin Tommy Brown was listening to me play that music on my guitar, and he started sailing these albums at me of Wilson Pickett and Aretha Franklin all these people. He said, now that's music, that's music, that's music. And it was all music that was recorded in most of Shoals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without
And
a
it's
She
just
doubt.
worked
bad.
with, I
They've
don't know
got
if you know Clayton.
a feel, they've got a groove that they get into when they play that you can't find anywhere else. And I love it. I love those folks. They're beautiful.
And I don't know if you remember, you might not know the producers, Terry Woodford and Clayton Ivey. Those were the ones that she worked with down in
Oh.
Wishbone.
I never knew them well, but you're talking about some names they're part of that rich history.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the songs we played.
That-
There's history in all of those, but tell us a little bit about
Do what
the
now?
songs.
The song.
The songs we played earlier.
We started off with an exchange of hearts, and that was one, like you said, that was one of your first songs you've written.
Hey, that was the first song I ever had published.
Okay.
And I shouldn't tell this story, but
Please.
are you guys? Have you ever had anybody try to discourage you when you started out?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Who hasn't?
Absolutely.
Never.
Want to discourage you because they're jealous and whatever. And you know, I'm so
explains
tall and good looking that they were just jealous of me from the start. See? So, went to this pool hall, and I'm not going to mention Sonny Throckmorton's name, but they said a songwriter, and said he's written a bunch of songs. I think he's going to do well. And he was playing pool. He never looked up. He may have been having a bad day. I never saw him again. I have a lot of people tell me that he was a great guy, but I sure didn't like him that day because he never looked up, and he said, how many songs you written? I said, I've written about 50. He said, well, go home, write 50 more, wad them all up, throw them away, and then you're ready to write a commercial song. And back in those days, I didn't need a real good excuse to maybe harm somebody like that, but I just decided not to for some reason.
I like
Did
it.
you know that pile of 50 was Exchange of Hearts? That right now it's got 150 million views on YouTube. It averages 390,000 downloads on Spotify alone a month. And it's been on the charts in the Pacific rim of the world since 1995. So Sonny didn't know everything, is what I'm going
Sonny
to
from
tell you.
Louisiana, huh?
I think we can safely say that.
People,
Sonny!
And that,
Oh,
Sonny!
people this. If people try to discourage you,
Uh-huh.
just smile. And the people who encourage you, you hug their necks and say thank you.
Absolutely.
Now, if you notice, we played the version from Terrell Williams. That's how we got connected to the show, because she actually she was a guest on the show about a month ago, and you kind of heard her singing the song in her edition of it. What do you think about that?
Well, I really would sound like a poster child for Terrell and her album, Feel Like This. I just think she's a great artist. She's a great singer. She's a beautiful girl. But the other thing about it is she is a great person. And that's what I look for, because I've been in this business a long time. And I know a lot of really great singers who are jerks, and I don't have any time for that. And she and her husband, Bruce, and a producer, Christian, and Preston, these are all good people. And man, I'm behind them 100%. I hope they do extremely well.
Preston's
and
here in the
David
audience tonight.
who-
Preston's here in the audience
Slater
tonight.
did the original. I mean, there's no question he did a phenomenal job, but David's the same way I am. We just hope that she does tremendous with that song. And it's really, and I can honestly say this, the Lord's listening to this conversation. It ain't about the money. It's about seeing a good person do well, and I like to see that happen.
Good.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much. And they're going to re-release the single, I think, sometime this summer.
Oh yeah, it's already being played across the country right now. In fact, I was going to try to find out if we had any significant chart action. I do believe with all my heart it's going to do really well on the charts, and I'm real tickled about your next guest who's got a #1.
Yes, sir. Yes,
know.
sir. He'll be on shortly,
In
Mr.
country.
Takim.
But
So, question for you.
#1, and you can't take that away from him. My friend Del Nora has got the #1 Christian country song on Cashbox. It's called Thankful,
Right.
but she was rude enough to have the #1 and keep me from having a number one. And
How rude.
The nerve of her.
The nerve.
I'm trying. not to hold it against her because I happen to think a lot of her too.
There you go.
I had a question. What's the best time for you to do your songwriting? You know,
Anytime.
Anytime? Do you have to be
But
in a quiet space?
Look, people who followed me around all my life will tell you late at night, because for some reason I'm a night owl, kind of like that old song that Jimi Hendrix wrote a long time ago, Night Owl Blues. And I have when it's still and there's not a lot of distractions, and I love playing that electric guitar at night, and I'll write some songs at night.
Okay.
But anytime, I write a song anytime.
So we got some other songs. We played Percy Sledge earlier. Neil McCoy that you wrote, Mountain and Moon. How did you guys collaborate?
Well, Karen Staley, who's written all kinds of big hit songs, Karen and I were writing a lot of songs at the time. I had left Acuff and Rose, which was one of the biggest publishing companies in Nashville, and started my own publishing company. And so I was writing with Karen. I was desperate to get a song recorded because I had left the big company and gone out on my own. And so Neil was nice enough to record that song. He did just a fantastic job on it, and it did really, really well for us. He ended all his shows for years with that song.
Okay.
It wound up being 3 or 4 different albums, and I'm real proud of it. I really am. I think it's one of the best songs that I ever got out of the
Mountain on the Moon. And then how about the song you collaborated with Steve Wariner?
If I Didn't Love You. Don Vesner is from Minnesota, and he's married to Kathy Mattea, who's a major artist in country music. And so Karen Staley got us together. She thought we could write pretty well together, and as it worked out, we really did write well together. And the only lyric that I know for sure I didn't write on that song is that last verse says, I could sail the high seas with my stern to the wind.
Okay.
I did not write. I looked at him and I said, John, keep in mind he's from Minnesota. He's not a Southerner. I said, man, I just don't know about that line. He says, he said, Kathy and I have a sailboat and we love to sail. And I said, well, perhaps you haven't read my very small book that I've got out right now on Random House. Very small book. He said, what's it called? I said, it's called Rednecks I Have Met While Yachting.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I'm going to have to remember that one.
Hey, sail the high seas with my stern to the wind. I'm sorry. But hey, did I take the money? Sure I took the money.
Hey, we're going into another music segment for you where you collaborate with the legendary great Charlie Pride. We're going to play that. You did something with the True Vine Singers Gospel.
Yeah.
See, she thinking I'm making this up.
I know you're not making it up. Every city has a True Vine.
Right. So we're going to come out. We're going to share some of that music, a little bit of your boy Carl Ray there, and come back and talk about that as we are in the Groove Studios with the one and only Jacky Jack White here with us in the Groove Studio. And we're getting ready to have a Belle Navis moment here as you're having a Belle Navis. Yes, that is.
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying, and then we'll talk about this off break.
No, we'll talk. Oh, off break?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, off
Jacky
break.
Jack, you ready for this music selection we have for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Play
get
it
into
on
it,
me.
man. Play them all there. Play them all. I got a little bit of shine, too. I'm playing with some shine.
You got moonshine?
I got some shine.
Did you make it yourself?
I got some shine.
Lord have mercy.
Thank you.
Hey, we're coming to you live from the Tiny Room Studios here in Los Angeles, California. We love Rare Grooves with our wonderful studio audience. Tonight we have DJ Reg, Robert A. the Consultant, Shantani, and C. Mose here as we give it to you here only on We Love Rare Grooves. What you got for me, DJ Reg?
The good Lord said, don't seek tomorrow. There's enough to do today. You can't steal and you can't borrow the time that slips away. I don't ask for gold or silver. I don't need favor or fame. The simple life delivers all the things that make my day. Give me fields of yellow flowers, 3 square meals, a place to stay. Let me trust a higher power as I try to find my way. Give me towns with water towers, roll me down a blue highway. Be my love 24 hours, and we'll live for today. It's a sin to take for granted all the good things that we know, like the sound of children laughing and the wisdom of the old. There's a little bit of heaven when you get right down to earth. There's a million hidden treasures at the pleasures in the search. Give me fields.
Woke up on the wrong side of the world.
Yes, he did.
Woke up on the wrong side of the world.
This is your world.
I can't explain the shape I'm in. Smothered with shame, covered in sin. Woke up this morning on the wrong side of the world.
This is world.
Well, I started out such a promising Christian boy.
Promising.
Daddy, little man, sweet mama, pride and joy.
Pride and joy.
Took my portion to a far-off place, wound up in a pigsty in total disgrace. Woke up this morning on the wrong side of the world.
Friend from Pittsburgh took me out one night to a bar on the other side of town. That night it was freezing cold, and this southern boy didn't want to go. But the first time I saw you, you warmed my heart. Knew right away that you would be my wife. It was all like a movie show as this cowboy watched his freedom grow. Don't let me miss moments like this. Time's like a vapor, life's like a mist. The only thing that matters is your love and laughter. Happy ever after. Every time we kiss, oh, don't let me miss moments like this. I walk through all the rooms, the kids are all asleep. They're all so young, one day they're gonna leave. But I just stand there and cities burn, voices cry, helicopters in the sky, tear gas chokes, fire and smoke. Yes, we reap just what we sow. And I stand with this country. I stand for peace. I stand for all the hopeless when I bend my knees and say this prayer. Lord,
for peace. I stand for all the hopeless when I bend my knees and say this prayer. Lord, I know you're there. I leave it all in your hands. And I stand with this country. I stand with this country.
Back to We Love Rare Grooves here in the Groove Studios in Los Angeles, California with our guest, Jacky Jack White. That's right, all the way from Alabama, man. We got it for you. We got a guest who wanted to say hi to you real quick here. Mr. Preston Glass is in the house.
Is that Jacky Jack fitting that hat? We both hat men, all right. I just wanted to say hello to you. With the first time I've...
Preston and Chris are mighty good producers.
Right, Preston?
Thank you. Well, I wanted to say this. I pride myself on being a songwriter, so when I'm producing, I usually want to throw in most of my songs, but when I heard Exchange of Hearts, I said, oh, we got to do this song. You know, I've been writing songs since I was knee-high to a chicken, like you would say, but I knew that would be a great song for Terrell, and I just want to say thank you for writing such a great song.
Well, I want to thank you for doing such a wonderful job producing now. I mean, look, I have 7 advisors for my publishing company and for my record label, plus tons of friends who are just interested in what we do. And they have all said nothing but great things about what you folks have accomplished. So, you know, my cowboy hat is tipped your way.
Okay. All right, there we have it. Seepin' Ventures with the new song by the one and only Terrell Williams doing Exchange of Hearts. It'll be released this summer as a single, am I correct?
You're correct.
Christian Bell Navis, Preston Glass. I know y'all hear a lot of Bell Navis. That's another Bell Navis moment.
Yeah.
So he's a producer,
co-producer,
record label, wine. I ain't gonna call him Jamaican.
I was
but
just
the boy
about to say
got,
he's
boy
Jamaican.
got 100 jobs.
About to say
got
that.
100 jobs though. Hey, we have a question for one of our studio audience, right? What was the question again, Shelly? Since you don't want to come up here and let the, what was the question again you had for our guest?
I wanted to know what it was about. On the backdrop, it said new Southern music of the South. I wanted to know what that was about.
The guest said in the background you have new Southern music, the New South.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that mean? What does it mean?
Music for the New South is exactly what it says. Instead of the bad rap that we get for being Southern, these are good folks. And like when I look at this picture, I don't see black and white. I just see good people.
Okay.
And that's and by the way, that's what we promote, because we're getting. I mean, I'll be frank with you. I get sick and tired of hearing people downgrade us and say that we are hateful, and they've never even been here. You know, so they've never been to most of shows, or they've never been to Alabama here and around Geiger and all these other places. So music for the New South is what that's all about. It's good people doing good music, and it's a diverse group that's on that album, by the way.
And you have a very diverse community where you are, right?
Very much so.
Right.
Yeah.
And my dad,
my church is an integrated church, but here's the thing about it. Music and Jesus, they have something in common, that they can bring all kinds of people together for the right reasons. Now, sometimes, hey, I guess we got to be honest. Sometimes, I guess, on the music side, it can be for the wrong reasons too. But right. You know, I've noticed this doing my shows for a long time. We start out with what we agree on. And if we start out with what we agree on, then all these other things kind of take care of themselves.
I like that.
That's a great point. That's a great point. By the way, my dad was, he's buried. He was lived in Ohio for 50 years, and he's buried in Whitfield, Alabama, which is even smaller than Geiger, Alabama. So I know you know that.
I tell you, they're about the same size. And when you talk about population, honest to goodness, I think they're counting farm animals. There's not a whole lot of folks in either one of those places. You know what? Whitfield's a neat little place, though. Geiger is too.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jacky Jack, we thought we had something special here tonight, but it didn't work out. But tell us about the newest release we were going to do tonight that's coming out next week.
I've been working with some great songwriters. Jerry Glenn Wolfe is one. He reminds me a lot of Billy Joe Shavers. But there was a man who had never written a song, a poem, or anything like that in his life. His name was Jim Druitt. He was a Vietnam veteran. And he woke up one morning, he had said his hands were up in the air, and he had these words on his mind. And so he sent me what he had, and it was just heartfelt things. He said he'd never shared his faith like he should. And so I took one of those lines to open that song. The song that will be out pretty soon is called I'll Speak for You. And the first line says, the silence is over. I feel you so near. My heart doors are open. My mind is clear. And you are my Savior. You've never wavered. You've always seen me through. Lord, it's an honor. I'll speak for you. And so it's just about sharing your faith. And it's great to be a part of something like that. We recorded that song in Birmingham. I usually record most of my songs in Nashville with Bob Lowe, but I recorded this song with Don Mosley in Sound of Birmingham Studios.
My cousin?
In Birmingham.
No.
Don Mosley, my cousin.
Don Mosley, your cousin?
Yeah, because every Mosley is we all kin kin.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey,
don't believe him.
He looks like but if he's your cousin, he looks like he's been drinking Seal Test sweet milk, if you know what I mean. Great guy. Fantastic. By the way, he was part of the rock and roll scene of Paul Revere and the Raiders and the Byrds and all that stuff in California way back in the 1960s.
Man. Yeah. Hey, we got one question for you before we leave. We talk about it. When we get the technical difficulties together for a following show, you're going to come back and play live, right? And when you're ever in LA.
These guitars here, I was wanting to show out.
I know.
But let me tell you, I heard that guy say he's going to be playing with George Benson.
Yes.
Then Ray Parker Jr. is on Terrell's album. I probably did real well not to show out tonight.
Hey, you can stay on and enjoy it. Don't go nowhere. We can write it.
And we're going to give you a reprieve. Okay.
We give you a reprieve. So she's going to ask you one question, and then we're going to go ahead and go to that Dusty of the Week that you and I talked about and come back with our next guest.
Baby.
What you got for him?
Top 5 influential artists of all time for yourself.
I'd say Orbison and
Roy.
And about Orbison. When he died, I got really, really depressed. And Cindy Walker, one of the greatest songwriters in the world, she was talking to me on the phone. She says, "Give me a second, Luvv." She was from Texas. She said, "Luvv," and so I waited. She called me back. She says, "I want you to write down this address." That's how she said address. She said, "Write down this address." So I wrote down this address, and she says, "That's Orbison's company, his building there, and his wife Barbara's going to be wanting to meet you there." I never met Barbara Orbison in my life. She was there with her sons. I went up there, and she was a Scandinavian model. She's a beautiful woman. She's waiting for me, and she had this box of product of CDs and DVDs, and her sons were getting it all together. And she says, "Cindy called me up. She said that you were very sad, and I hope this will help." She gave me a box of DVDs and CDs of Roy Orbison.
So
and
that's
pictures and everything.
All right, so that's your top 5 is just all Roy Orbison. Okay.
No. Orbison, Everly Brothers.
Everly Brothers, 2. Go ahead, next one.
Rolling Animals.
3.
Gosh, just 2.
Yeah, I know it's too many, but we just wanted to get you on the spot. That's all. Hey, one more. Okay. So this is what we do for all our guests, right? We got.
He dresses up crowd a lot. You know what I'm saying?
We're having a little delay there, so I missed that. Shantini, from our team here, Jacky, you don't have to leave here. Our guys, Takim is coming on. Yes, but this is our team here. Shantini, Robert A., DJ Reg, and myself, we want to give you the We Love Rare Grooves Award. This will be coming to you in the mail, my good man, for coming on the show. So I want you to post it on all your social media platforms, okay?
Will do.
So stay on with us. We can ready to do that Dusty of the Week we talked about, and then we coming back in with one of the hottest musicians right now. May not be hot here in the States, but if you go over in London right now, this is what you're going to hear, number one. And we welcome him here tonight. So he's going to be with us in a short moment, and we're going to introduce him. But first, we're going to go to our Dusty of the Week as we do our Dusty of the Week. Come on, man. Do I get the little scratching sound as we go deep down in the charts? I work with my man Jacky Jack here. We went in the crates. We came up from, this guy was born in 1903. He was known, his name is Hudson Whitaker.
He do like he could be your cousin, him.
Right, go ahead now. Hudson Whitaker, he was a Chicago blues musician. He had a distinguished single string slide guitar. His style of songwriting, what they call bottleneck techniques, influenced the Chicago blues guitar artists in the early years. None other than Tampa Red. This is our Dusty of the Week, brought to you by Sweet Life SoCal Digital Magazine, and also Spin It Media. Bring it to me, gang.
I can't be happy, mama, for being so blue when you keep on worrying the way you do. When things go wrong, so wrong with you, it hurts me too. The man you're loving, he don't want you around. So take me, mama, let's leave this town. When things go wrong, so wrong with you, it hurts me too. If he keep on dogging you the way you do, I may lose my head, mama, and my temper too. When things go wrong, so wrong with you, it hurts me too. If you ain't careful, mama, he will break your heart. When things go wrong, so wrong with you, it hurts me too. I love you, baby, you know it's true. So why put up, mama, with the way you do? When things go wrong, so wrong with you, it hurts me too.
Hi, this is Cherie Howard, a proud Air Force veteran. I'm inviting you to join us for an exciting Memorial Day weekend celebration. It all kicks off on May 26th at 7 p.m. with a benefit concert for our veterans at the Miracle Theater in downtown Inglewood, hosted by NAB Vets. Come out and enjoy the entertainment by Wendell Music Man Moore, along with Mike Mann and Cowboy Soul.
Hi, this is DeWitt Brown, another proud Air Force veteran. I'm asking all of you to meet us on May 27th, the day after the concert at 11 a.m. at the Proud Bird for food, fun, and frolic. And bring your shopping cart because there will be many vendors that will be there to serve you. This Memorial Day weekend celebration is sponsored by Sherry Howard and Associates Mortgage Brokers.
Come and be a part of this great celebration for our veterans. They have done so much for us. The least we can do is show them that we appreciate their service. The celebration begins at 7 p.m. May 26th at the beautiful Miracle Theater in Inglewood. For more information, call Cherie Howard, 310-612-3902. That's 310-612-3902.
Produced by Jimmy G and Satin Touch Production.
Need help promoting you or your business? Look no further. Spin It PR Media is at your service. Need to expand a brand, bring brand awareness, or need a connection that'll change your life? Don't just stand there. Spin It PR Media, ready to take you
higher. Los Angeles, California, as we switching modes there, but we still got my song back here playing here. We want to welcome my boy Jacky Jack White all the way from Alabama. Hit that Bama with a hammer, get that dog a bone. That was a great songwriter right there, and we're going to have him come back when we get it right. But right now, we switching gears because this man right here is hot as fish grease. Psh, that boy hot, boy. Ain't he hot, baby? Bring it home, bring it home.
Well, we have an LA native in the house who has been a pillar and a pioneer in his community. From being an intricate part of the 80s and 90s Los Angeles hip-hop scene to becoming a minister dedicated to changing lives and saving souls, this dynamic gospel singer and soul singer has helped enrich the lives of everyone who he has met and has been in his acquaintance. In recent times, Takim has caught the attention of Preston Glass and Christian Bell Navis of Sippin' Ventures in conjunction with David Nathan of Soul Music Records, and they have collaborated on a wonderful Philly groove entitled Say It Like You Mean It, which landed number 7 on the UK's Soul chart top out of 30. And just when you thought he was done, now Takim is back with the title track to his forthcoming album, Dancing to a New Groove. Takim's smooth, soulful sound will definitely get you out of your seat and on your feet. Another smashing hit produced by Sippin' Ventures, Preston Glass and Christian Bell Navis, along with Brandon Watts. They have yet again captured the essence of how soul music should move and how it should feel. As an added bonus, the fabulous guitar player of George Benson with his new sound, Takim, is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and once again has his hit number 22 on the UK Soul Top 30. The family man, the mentor, and the minister, all-around special talent, is definitely here to share the gospel and give the soul music a new groove. Takim, Dancing to a New Groove. We welcome you to the Groove Studios.
Number 1, baby. What's up, Takim? How you doing, baby?
It's an honor to be here. I'm excited. Just happy to be on this set, having a good time.
Man, so we've been playing with this for a minute, man. I get these text messages. Right now it's 30, 22, 15, 8, and now it's number 1, man. And you being a native and you've been in the game for a minute, though. It ain't like you just, you know what I mean, to say you just started. I mean, you done put the work in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been an adventure. Just working with my god brother for so many years, and just having dreams and us being able to be together to be able to see this come to pass. And like you said, being catching the eye of Mr. Preston Glass, and he just brought me in, and they just been loving on me and just trying to guide me. And now here we are celebrating a number 1 song in the UK. I'm still just kind of like, man, this is unreal.
Now, for those people who are LA natives, when you say you're an LA native, talk about where you're from and a little bit about your upbringing and what life was like growing up.
I'm originally from a small town called Osceola, Arkansas.
Oh, wow. I've actually heard of that.
Find that on the map.
I've actually heard of Osceola.
So you can hear, oh.
Yeah. So being from there and then end up moving to Los Angeles, actually moved to Hawaii. My uncle was in the military, so I stayed with him. And then ended up coming to Cali and staying with my mom and been here ever since. I came as a 9th grader and man, went to Washington High School. Joe was in the
Washington.
building. You know what I'm saying? So was able to play football, ran track, played baseball, got a chance to play some college ball, play some minor league ball. Just missed the league. I ended up tearing my hamstring, so that kind of cut me short. But ministry came along, and it's just been all good. I can't complain. Married, same woman for 30 years.
Oh, man.
Married.
Marriage as it should be.
Yes, sir.
Marriage as it should be.
This month, on the 23rd, we'll be celebrating 25 years with 3 wonderful kids. You know, so I'm so grateful. Country boy came out west and struck gold.
Let me ask you something that's not music related. Could you hit the curve?
I could absolutely take
All
it
right,
out there.
good enough.
Man, I just wait on it. It hit that certain spot. Paya! Get that turn on
See, my mind just went somewhere else.
That's because you ain't together. That's why. I know where your mind is.
That's how he's been 25 years
Obviously,
married.
he's been married for 25 years. He's hitting the curve.
No. I was talking about that curve. Okay.
You know what curve?
That curve.
Thank God for that curve. I got 3 of them because of that curve.
There we go. See how the show done went?
Although he is the head of this show, don't follow him down. Don't.
He said that rabbit hole. Huh?
Now, who were some of your early influences coming up? Once you got to Washington and you were playing, tell us about what LA was like at that time, and what were some of the music influences you had growing up?
Coming from Hawaii, Arkansas to Los Angeles, I had to learn the culture. Whereas in Arkansas, it's really laid back. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir. No. It was like, no, you got to grow up right now.
Yeah.
So a big influence that was teaching me the culture within Los Angeles, it was actually the rap artist everybody knows, Dub C.
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
his brother, DJ Crazy Tunes, rest in peace. So we stayed in the same area. And so I used to walk everywhere, and he used to tell me, hey, homie, you can't keep doing that, man, because you just get caught slipping. So they taught me how to read the wall and read the handwriting on the wall and what everything meant. So then I was being more cautious as I navigated through South Central. And because of playing sports, you kind of get that pass. You go from set to set, hood to hood, and being able to just kind of intermingle from that perspective. So, yeah, Los Angeles definitely grew me up quick.
I know what that means. I used to carry a hoop ball. I couldn't hoop, but I know you get passage. You get passage through the neighborhood,
You were tall with a basketball.
Right.
That was your bus pass.
And then they was like, y'all know he can't hoop. We can ready to take his bus money.
Well, who were some of your musical influences? I know you talk about Dub C, but who were some?
No, actually, he was. The reason why part of the recording side it was watching them put their first projects together. But singers, I always loved like Stevie Wonder, loved the creativity of Prince, and of course Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, all them type of brothers.
Takim, give me a B-side though, a B-side person that influenced. Somebody you was like, man, that boy can blow.
I don't know why he didn't make it.
Yeah. Personal influence, actually, my mom.
Okay, there you go.
A singer.
That's the M side.
Matter of fact, what's crazy is today is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Mom.
Yeah.
Happy heavenly birthday.
Yeah, exactly. So she was that unsung hero that I heard often, singing. Yeah.
Did you have any, I know you talk about ministry. When did you get into ministry? And did you have any gospel influences growing up?
Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite groups on the planet was Commission.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I thought he was going to say.
Talking about, Commission. And then, of course,
Reverend
the
Ike.
Lions. Yeah, with those groups.
Reverend Ike. Shut up. Oh, my God.
And my favorite out of that core group was Fred.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So those guys.
I listened to him this morning.
That's right.
Okay? Yeah. This morning, listened to Fred.
So I patterned somewhat of a singing style around just listening to him. And one particular song called Running Back to You that's just...
Yeah. Oh, my God, Cameron over there.
Right. That song is just still is the greatest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
How about instruments, man? In school, what was the first instrument you picked up?
One of the things I gravitated towards was the drums. Just loved, just that kick, that soul, that heartbeat, and that always stuck with me. So I played around with it for a little while, and but singing, I just kind of gravitated towards singing.
It's a drum kit right behind you.
Yeah, he said go over there.
You can go over there and play the drums and sing your ladies. Show me that versatility.
Boy, that's gonna be rough.
Show me that versatility.
I can say, hit me.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So no, that was the drums were the thing that kind of drew me out of the instruments.
Now, what have you recorded any gospel stuff? I know you're doing soul stuff, but have you recorded any gospel stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Like my God, well, Mr. Bill Navis here with this. We've done several records together that was gospel records.
Y'all was turning water into wine?
That's what we was doing.
All right now.
That's right.
All right.
Let me
Okay.
say, you know, and him, and keep the party going.
And keep it going.
That's my guy.
So what is it like to have such, well, I know most people don't know that the UK has such a respect and love for soul music. Were you shocked by the fact that the UK had this appreciation for your music and that it's been moving the way that it's been moving? Like,
I'm not shocked because, like you said, they have a love for our music sometimes, I think, more than we have.
They do, yeah.
Because we are spoiled. We turn over stuff so fast.
Yeah.
So they set on a song and kind of marinate on it and really, like back
Like
in the
spaghetti.
day.
Get
Yeah,
the
you know what I'm
next
saying?
day.
It's
Yeah.
good. You know what I mean? They'll
Yeah.
reheat it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Nuke it again. But no, I wasn't surprised. I was just grateful how they took to, like even the first song we did, Say It Like You Mean It. You know, that stayed on the chart. It was about 6 weeks, 7 weeks. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm so grateful and blessed because it was me and my daughter. We sung that together. So, and they just took it and ran with it. And then we had one called Love Is Gonna Take You There. You know, we got some love from that. And then we came behind that with this one here. And it's been like, our mind is blown.
now, are you going to be going over to the UK? I'm sure the UK fans want to know.
Eventually, absolutely. I'm gonna
Big
get over
Red.
there. That's absolutely going to be a part of that.
My office hours 9 to 5.
program. We getting it going.
Right, we're going
we have
over
to
there.
get there.
So tell us about working with Preston.
You said that who?
Preston.
I thought he was going to say Crips. That's why I was like, wait a minute, what?
That's like we gang right now.
No.
We gotta watch this one over here.
I thought he was going to bang for a minute.
I've been around Clifton for a while, but I ain't been around that long.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
With
Why you
bad
gotta-
behavior, okay?
No.
No, but seriously, just he's been a friend of the
Show
show
for a long
forever.
time.
Right.
Forever. Okay, we've had several of his folks, and we know his influence over in Europe is
Yes,
definitely
sir.
there.
We had
And
100 people in the studios with him one
and
day.
He's married to Gina.
Right.
That's right.
Then we have 100 people in the studio running around, taking things and stuff. We missed her. Remember the girl on the 3rd floor?
Oh,
yeah, don't
yeah.
even. I
Don't
got
bring that up. Yeah.
We missed you on that one, Takim. They had we had people coming in and out of the studio, singing and interviewing.
That's all right there.
Yeah, but talk about Preston a little bit.
Yes, Mr. Glass. Mr. Bell Navis introduced me to Mr. Glass, and it's been a great journey. It's been excellent.
Been a ride.
We having fun with this.
Like
you know what I mean?
63 Impala.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're definitely having fun with it. I mean, he's big heart, open, to change and doing things just to make sure I'm feeling good and everything flows smooth. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. None of this would have been possible if it wasn't for those two.
So you had a Bell Navis moment.
I'm having a
Bell Navis moment. Get you a sip
And
of
with his
wine.
spirit.
Go ahead with the spirit, because he the only one drinking before it turned into a regular old alcohol.
No, I'm not an alcoholic yet.
Right.
Okay. Or let me say this: I'm not an alcoholic per se.
I'm glad we took you from Ripple to the fabulous Bell Navis from the Sommelier 93
We're
points.
trying to take you from Pink Champagne, but you won't give that up.
Hey, what we're gonna do tonight, we got you on the back end, and somebody have to do different things to make different things happen, but some people just get stubborn. Cause now I just wanna have you all night long, but that ain't gonna happen today. But can you come back on us, enjoy? Cause tonight we're gonna play some of your songs. We're gonna give our audience a surprise. We're gonna play that new hit for him. We're gonna do that live for you guys. Wow. But he got some more things going on in the future. So in the summer, when we have it all released, we're gonna come back. We're gonna do a live jam session next time, Takim. You're gonna be on the drums, then you're gonna the percussion, then you're gonna go over to the keyboard, and then you're gonna sing. So we're gonna do a whole jam session with
It's
you.
gonna be a rough session, boy.
There you go. And I'm gonna be singing in the background. Well, yeah,
But not in the back, the background.
Very dark.
Oh my goodness.
So for the sake of time, we're gonna share some of his previous releases with you, and then we coming out with that new hit live, only here as we do here in the Tiny Room Studios on We Love Rare Grooves. For the sake of time, guys, let's play some of your older tracks there. That was some great tracks, the one you did with your daughter, and then we're gonna be live here in the Groove Studios with Takim, only here.
That's right.
We love Rare Grooves. Brought to you by
Come on, y'all. Hey, 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 hey. All right.
Say it like you mean it.
I love you, baby.
Tell me how you feel.
You love me too.
Say it like you mean it.
Done playing games, make it real. You've been saying some things that don't quite match how we hang now. Sounds like to me you want out. Are you for real or are you perpetrating? Tell me what's that all about?
We don't need this. Distractions in our face. Just delete it.
Just delete it.
We've got something. A love that can't be replaced.
Got to get this back on track. All this time I'm telling you how I feel. Now's your turn to tell me the deal.
Say it like you mean it.
I love you, baby.
Tell me how you feel.
You love me too.
Say it like you mean it.
Done playing games, make it real.
Finally, I'm up in this piece. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all, put on the whole arm of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Oh, don't run from it, huh? Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty where Christ has made you free, huh? That's what I'm talking about. We gonna stand. What? Come on. Stand. Even if it's right, just stand. God is coming back, just stand. He will make a way for you. Just stand.
I can't go back, no, I won't. Back to the way I used to live when I was running wild. Out in the streets doing wrong before I met God and He saved my soul. I can't go back to the way I used to live when I was running wild. Out in the streets doing wrong before I met God and He saved my soul.
Stop, look and listen. Let me tell you a story about a brother that used to be on a mission to obtain these things of the world. Females, jewels, diamonds, and pearls. Walk the streets of Cali alleyways, boxed in on every side every day. This is how Satan plays tricks on you. Set you up for the downstroke and leave you broke. Now here we go. I used to be partying from dusk till dawn and didn't get home till 6 in the morning. Found by a strong man. Wasn't praying, so I gave him the upper hand.
Can't go back, no, I won't. Back to the way I used to live when I was running wild. Out in the streets doing wrong before I met God and He saved my soul. I can't go back to the way I used to live when I was running wild. Out in the streets doing wrong before I met God and He saved my soul.
I used to drink the devil's nectar with my greens and my black beans. In the front looking crazy at the crack fiends. Strolling down Imperial Highway, hoping I wouldn't catch a stray bullet today. Not in my right mind until I was blind by the love of Jesus Christ. He showed me a new way, new road to follow. Now I got a new day, new chance tomorrow. Yeah.
Running wild. Out in the streets doing wrong before I met God and He saved my soul. I can't go back to the way I used to live when I was running wild. Out in the streets doing wrong before I met God and He saved my soul.
I've been there, done that. Ain't no way I'm going back to living abstract. Contradictory to the word and what.
This is it. Here in the Tiny Room Studio, giving you live audience, live music. What we got, Shantini?
And we have Takim with his new release, Dancing to a New Groove, live in studio. Woo.
Doing big things in a tiny room.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, give me a little bit more volume. I want to feel that thing. Yeah. Woo. Oh, oh, yeah. Here we go, y'all, right here. Say, dancing to a new groove. Huh. Ba, 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 ba. Dancing to a new groove happens every day. I see your face. I was down and out, a sad case, that's no doubt. I love again. I didn't really know until you came and put on a good show. I believe again. I believe in love again. Now, you taught me the better things in life are free. And now I dedicate this song to you and me. You got me dancing to a new groove. Oh, baby. Ba, 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 da. You got me dancing. Dancing to a new groove. Happens every day. You got me dancing to a new groove. Come on, say. Ba, 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 ba. You got me dancing. Dancing to a new groove. Happens every day. I see your face. Words cannot express that. I just been so blessed since you're in my arms. And it's not too hard to see. You bring out the best in me. I believe again that I could fall in love again. Now, you taught me the better things in life are free. And now I dedicate this song to you and dancing to a new groove. Hey. Come on, say, you got me dancing, dancing, yeah, happens every day. You got me dancing to a new, dancing to a new groove, yeah. Come on, say, you got me dancing, dancing to a new groove. Happens every day. I see your face. Woo! Come on, George. That feel good right there. Say you got me. You got me dancing. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Come on, y'all. Here we go. Sing it with us. Dancing to a new groove. You got me. Dancing, dancing, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, happens every day. I see your face.
Ah, Takim, Dancing to a New Groove.
Thank you, groove.
Climbing the soul charts in the UK.
Thank you. My brother can sing.
Thing feel good. Old school dances going on.
We're doing the Temptation Walk over here. Look at it.
Yeah, happens every day. You got me dancing. Come on, come on.
Sang.
The song is #1 now, man. #1. Hey, if we wanted to get the music, how we get the music to Kim?
And he dancing to a new
How we
groove.
get the music?
Takim here now. Was it takimherenow.com?
It's on all platforms.
All platforms?
Spotify, iTunes.
Anywhere where you get your music
Anywhere you
at,
get your
Takim.
music at.
Dancing
Yes,
to
sir.
a new groove.
Dancing to a new groove.
Number one.
Number one.
Number
Numero
one, man.
uno.
With George.
Not two.
Would
not
you
three.
imagine George Benson would be picking the guitar for you? Could you ever thought of that?
I never in my life. I mean, that's a bucket list moment. You know.
Yes,
what I
it
mean?
is. You know,
along with the Bell Navis moment.
but the Bell, you know, me and George from the same projects.
Is that right?
Yeah, we from the same projects.
That's amazing.
So one day
He
he gonna
from
be in
the
the
Hill?
Tiny Room studio. Yeah, he from the Hill. Never worked, never will.
Always keep $1 bill.
When you from the Hill, he understands, right, man.
Awesome.
Takim, stay with us, man. We want you to come back again. I know it's gonna be a whole release of music, so we're gonna do a Tiny Room jam session.
Yes, sir.
We owe you that because you came today to honor us with a number one song.
Thank you, sir.
So we appreciate that. So we're going to have you come back and we're going to do some more love. We want to thank our studio audience. Thank you so much for coming and joining us here in the Tiny Room Studios. We want to thank our team here for making it happen. Julian, Corey, Julian, I'm sorry, for making it happen in the
There, your
Tiny
brother
Room.
gonna work it out.
Hey, also want to thank our sponsors here. It's a big show coming up at the Miracle Theater on May 26th, and that's for the military, the National Military and Veterans Appreciation Month. It's brought to you by my man Jimmy G.
Absolutely.
Sheree Howard. They got and Mike Man, Cowboy Soul. Man, we missed it. Cowboy Soul should have been sold here tonight, but we're going to get him in. We're going to get him in, absolutely. So that's coming up on the 26th. You can get your tickets. Go to themiracleenglewood.com. And, of course, the one and only Bell Navis, spirits.com, the number one winery, the number one wine. We here on We Love Rare Grooves. It's a great winery. And also, man, this is here every week, and we keep forgetting they got Bell Navis coffee. And the
I
coffee's
had
good.
the-
Oh, I thought that was
I had some.
Right. You thought it was.
I didn't know because it comes in those bags like that. I thought it was flour. I'm
Wow.
just saying that could be another venture.
I thought it was peanuts.
Herbal
So-
remedies,
Popcorn.
you know. Let's not act like that's not like a multi-million-dollar. Hey,
Yeah, thank
poor
you.
man's copyright. If you do that,
Thank you.
I want to be in on it.
And I've had a chance to taste it, and it's like me, black and strong. I like that.
Is that how you,
You
like
know
your
what?
coffee?
I'm gonna let that one sail away because I got to come back on. But time is short tonight, so we want to thank everyone here. Takim, thank you. You will be back with us. Jacky Jack.
Hey.
Thank you so
Hey,
much,
back
man.
out of Alabama.
Giving us that country soul blues. You know what I'm talking about? That's why we've been going with all night long. Nobody knows. And we want to thank my team, Robert A., the consultant, DJ Reg and Shantani, as we do every Monday night. Thank Takim.
Yeah. I just wanted to shout out a few.
Oh, you wanted to shout out something. Oh, yeah, okay, go do your shout outs. I'm going to give you, don't have me do, you got a lot on this list, man. I might have to go ahead and bring the
Overtime.
Sandman out. You got 30 seconds. Go, don't be laughing.
Don't let us bring the hook out.
Go
30
ahead, man.
seconds. 30 seconds. Mr.
Sandman.
Preston Glass, I want to thank Mr. Christian Bell Navis from Seeping Ventures, Platinum Garage, Christian Records, Brandon Watts, Mr. George Benson, of course, Mr. David Nathan, Danielle Hollins with Spin It, PR Media. I want to thank UK Top 30 Soul Chart, Last FM, Mr. Gary Vanderbush, Mr. Stephen Quirk, Colorful Breakfast Show, Mr. Paul Stewart, In the Groove, and the man, Mr. Gary Spencer, Afternoon Delight Show, Bill Buckley, Soul and Jazz and Funk, John Vernham,
Did you get an award
Jazz
or
Funk
something?
Soul Radio, Mr. Chris Rizak,
did you win tonight?
Soul Tracks, Ronnie Matthews,
It's a Grammy, thank you.
Starfleet Music Pool,
Is this who you going?
We Love Rare Grooves, and the Tiny Room Studios.
Shout out.
You get everybody in.
That was before you.
Yes.
I thought, did he get a Grammy tonight? Did he get the hoodie award and shit? I want to thank everybody for my hoodie award tonight.
You start running the credits on it, bro.
Right. Hey, I appreciate the love, though, man. Appreciate
Thank
the
you
love.
all
but
so
you gonna
much.
be coming back.
For tuning in. Continue to follow us on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram, We Groove Entertainment, our Twitter, Facebook. Are we on Spotify still?
Yes.
We are on Apple Music, all of those wonderful outlets. So you can catch our show in all forms, whether you're in your car, at home. There's no excuse to miss this great music.
All right, that's how we do it. Live music here from the Tiny Room Studios, only as we envision here on We Love Rare Grooves, giving you the music of the magic and the magic of the music every Tuesday night, as we do here, gang, on We Love Rare Grooves. See you next week. Who we gonna have? Somebody said it's Kenny
Ronnie
Lattimore.
Patterson.
Somebody said it was Joe, Layla Hathaway. We just putting it out there. Somebody gonna show up. But we had Sunny.
Flowers in the yard,